T minus 50 seconds. T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Shout out to Kop-Ish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
Keep all the good work
the
up.
two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that guy. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kop-Ish.
Good afternoon, lovely people. Merry belated Christmas if you've not seen us before. Hope you all had a fantastic little break and nice little gathering with the family. Hope you ate plenty of food. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, hope you have had a nice little break as well. Matt, Drift, how you guys doing today?
I'm all right, bro. I had a good Christmas, you know what I mean? Celebrated with the loved ones and that, family and that, so it was all blessed. But yeah, man, looking forward to this game because the last game we played, if I'm not mistaken, was Leicester, but just in a different competition, isn't it? So it's going to be interesting.
Was indeed, and we did give them a little bit of a beating. Well, I wouldn't say we gave them a beating, but first half was theirs, second was ours, and then obviously one on penalties. Drift, how you doing, bro? Obviously we know how you're doing, but how you doing?
Yeah, feeling rough, but I'm here, man. Got to soldier through for the people, you know what I mean?
I hear that. I hear that. It's a big game, guys. Indeed. Big game. Obviously, we were meant to have played yesterday against Leeds United, but wasn't meant to be because the game was postponed. How are you guys feeling about this game? Leicester City in a really bad run of form at the moment. Lost again against Manchester City. The score looked a lot closer than it could have been at one stage. They looked like they were getting back into it, and then Man City do what Man City do, and they took over the game again and just basically put the nail in the coffin. Leicester City have conceded more goals from set pieces than any other team this season. Defensively, they've been shaky, but that is to be expected considering the injuries they've got. Going forward, they have been scoring goals recently. However, I don't know if Vardy's going to be available. Daka's out for this game. Pereira's out, obviously, after that Tyler Morton injury. tackle. Obviously, Fofana still long-term out. I think Soyuncu's still out. Yesterday, they went with a Marty and Vestergaard at centre-back and obviously shipped in 6 goals. Kasper Schmeichel's not playing very well. Guys, is this or should this be a routine win for us?
Boy, really and truly, you would say yeah, because we've had the break. They haven't. They played literally yesterday. Excuse me. Played against Man City, got thumped up as we kind of predicted, and we've had that rest that we kind of needed, but didn't obviously want the game to be postponed. So really and truly, and with players that are missing, and obviously we're getting to our team needs. We got quite a few players back, especially from COVID as well. Can't lie, bro. We should have more than enough to beat Leicester. I'll just be honest. We should do. I'd be so surprised if we can't beat Leicester, who played yesterday. And even if they make changes, they ain't got a squad like Chelsea or Man City. They got a good squad, but they're not the same. So let's see what happens.
Agreed. Not just that. I mean, we are in good form ourselves. I think we've only one of the last 5, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Again, everyone is back fit apart from Harvey Elliott and obviously Robbo being injured. That's massive. This is probably the closest we've had to a full squad. Well, it is the closest we've had to a full squad since the end of 2019-20 season. If we're going to be honest.
Potentially, yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Obviously, a lot of players who are coming back from injury is going to need a bit of time to sort of get back and sort of become match ready, etc. But how do you guys see the game going? Do you see this being a game where we kind of press forward, or do you see us hitting
You're
them on
the
the counter?
best. Wait, sorry to interrupt you. Yeah? People, if you haven't already, go watch the Christmas special. After this, obviously, not now, but go watch it after this, innit? And then obviously that'll get you nice and ready for the Monday night show, which is later on this evening. But no, it's a little segue there because for the people that ain't seen it.
Yeah, so just to confirm as well, Robbo's not injured. Robbo is suspended.
He's suspended.
Would have been available for the Chelsea game, but won't be now because we missed the game with Leeds.
Yeah, which is kind of mad still, the way how it works.
I'm all right with it. Costas Tsimikas is there, isn't it? Like,
no, I'm not like
I'm good with it.
Worried. I'm about to say happy. That's the wrong word. I don't care, basically. In a sense. So
we're happy. We're happy with the situation that we're not going to miss him.
Boy. We've got a bad boy that's there.
Let's address the elephant in the room, which I had a completely different view on it to you guys because we had a little off-screen conversation about it.
Yeah.
I personally feel like the schedule is a liberty. I know you guys are kind of like, well, you got to have the squad for it. But when I look at the fact that, like, even take Liverpool out of it, for example, because my example I said to you guys was Chelsea, Liverpool, and City are in a title race, and they've made us play a day earlier than them in such a tight schedule. And 24 hours is a big deal in professional sport when we're talking about the fine margins. And I know you guys were saying that Liverpool squad should be good enough to deal with it, and I hear that, but let's take the bias out of it for a minute. Leicester have a decimated squad through injuries, and they're not a squad that's expected to just have 26 amazing players already. They're in that middle tier where they don't have the money and all that to just go out and buy whoever and whatnot. And they're being asked to play 2 games in 2 days with those injuries. You've got to look at it and be like, it's not good scheduling, and the Premier League have got to sort that out, man. It's very unfair. It is very unfair. Like, I know it sounds like you're like, oh, crybaby, but imagine being a Leicester fan right now, all those injuries and suspensions or whatever they've got going on, and then you got to play against Liverpool and City back to back in 2 days. How are you meant to cope with that? Like, honestly, how are you meant to cope with that?
It is tough. If I'm going to be honest, I do feel sorry for the Leicester situation. For them, I feel sorry. For us, my thoughts, Nidrif. Like, as a Liverpool fan, like, with all due respect to any Liverpool fan, I don't want to hear any Liverpool fans moaning. Like, we knew what the schedules and the fixtures were going to be like. We knew that, like, we may not agree with it, but we knew what was going to happen. We knew we were going to be playing on the 26th and the 28th of December. We knew we were going to have a bag of games in December. We knew we were going to be playing all these games. I don't want to hear Liverpool fans saying, oh, but squad this, or players are going to be tired, or this or that. That's what you're meant to have a squad for. I don't hear Man City fans moaning about it. Chelsea fans were trying to moan about it, and they quickly got put in their place because they told everyone at the beginning of the season they had a squad. Klopp at the beginning of the season said he's got a squad. He doesn't need to sign
midfielder. I agree with that.
We've got all these different players for all these different solutions.
Yeah, we've got Curtis Jones.
We've got Navigator. We've got all these creative players. I don't want to see us moaning about it. Like, it is what it is. Like, we as Liverpool fans cannot be saying trust the manager, and then when Klopp says this is the squad I want, we then say, oh, but he should have done this, he should have done this, FSG should have done this, FSG should have done that. They're all to blame for it at the end of the day. If things go tits up, they're all to blame for it. Like, if you're not Liverpool, Chelsea, Man City, Man United, Arsenal, then I don't want to, like, you can have a little moan, but those 5 teams can't say a word. Arsenal spent a bag of money in the summer. Arsenal, we may laugh and joke about Arsenal, but Arsenal got a bag of signings in the summer.
That was my point.
Sorry, I'm going.
Yeah, go.
The COVID thing, I get what everyone's saying about the COVID thing. Not even going to dispute that. But it happens to everyone. It's not like we're the only team affected by COVID. Every single team in the league has been affected by COVID. And again, as harsh as it's going to sound, as much as it's going to sound like this or that, FSG and Klopp, Michael Edwards, whoever else is on that panel to decide transfers, said, no, we're not going to sign anyone else. We're just signing Kanate. We're going to get rid of Genie. We're going to get rid of Gruitch. We're going to get rid of Wilson. We're going to get rid of all these players, and we're not going to replace them. Don't want to hear it. We got to deal with what we got to deal with. You
No,
cannot,
but shouldn't
I
even though what you're saying
I
is-
use the
is-
analogy I use with you, man, that made you lot laugh. If I check the weather forecast and it says 98% chance of rain, and then I go outside without an umbrella and I get wet up, I can't look up to the heavens and go, big man, you shouldn't have let it rain today still. And I'm in shorts and t-shirt and my fresh white trainers and they're cotton. I can't moan, Drift.
cotton trainers, you know.
Foot wet up like no one's business, bro. Toes wrinkly now. You know when you're in the bath too long, toes get wrinkly. That's my toes now. Look at the toes. Look at like that's my toes now. My foot's a balloon.
You know what? I second everything that you're saying because what's so mad is start the season, and a lot of people was some people. It was like a split fan base. Let's be real, split. Some people are like we got a good enough squad. Not only that, if Klopp don't want no one, we just trust Klopp in it. If he don't want no one, he goes with what he have, and we do with it. It's like, all right, cool. You don't think we needed maybe a bit more? Some people came on the channel and were like, well, no, we just got to believe in Jurgen, innit? He's the guy. He's the one leading us through. All right, cool. He's the one leading us through. And he, out of all the managers so far, I know everyone is moaning, but he's just moaning, fam. And it's like, nah, bro, you came on TV and said you are happy with the squad. And this is why when I said about, you know, we just got to take it as face value then, because I don't know whether he's just playing mind games and what he's really not happy. But the fact that he's out here complaining and said certain names that he's happy with in the squad, he can't then now complain and be like, yeah, well, there's too many. There's too many games and we ain't got enough players. It's unfair. And as you said, Carl, like the virus is happening to every single team. It's not just one team. Obviously, it's different for some teams. We understand that. Some cases are more than others. But at the same time, bro, if you kind of knew that you're going into a season where it's still a weird season and you might need that extra 1 or 2 players, you should have gone and done that. Because you know it's going to be a weird season because this thing hasn't gone away since 2020, bro. Like, so when Klopp's saying, sorry, Jeff, just quickly, when Klopp's saying even things like, I'm not gonna, actually, no, I'm not even gonna go into that actually, because he spoke about certain things which I wouldn't even go into about signing certain players on certain conditions. I wouldn't even go into that. One thing I will say though is he just has to just hold it, man. Just like put your head down, get behind the team, do what you got to do on the training ground, and just, you know what I mean, get on with it. We don't want to keep hearing moaning, and I feel like that's the bit that annoys me. You know what I mean? So anyway, it is, man.
I think the only thing that you lot are missing a point on, even though I totally understand where you're coming from, is regardless of what the situation is with the squad, is there not still an argument that fixtures, no matter how good your squad is, have to be sorted out? Because you lot are looking at it from the Liverpool point of view of why is Klopp moaning? We should have the players ready. But we actually have most of our players ready, as Cal said. Klopp isn't moaning because he doesn't have players available. Klopp's moaning because it actually is really stupid what they're asking us to do.
But
it would almost be like if I said to Cal, I tell you what, bro, drop me home at 1 o'clock and then pick me up again at 7, yeah? And Cal's like, yeah, but bro, I've got to drive to Southampton. Like, yeah. You can get to Southampton and back in 6 hours. Yeah, theoretically, I can get back in 6 hours with no traffic, nothing getting in my way. The person, when I get to the other end, is already loaded up. That like, yeah. But there's gonna be something that's gonna like get in the way. Or there's something could get in the way right now. Like, can't I pick you up at 10?
I've got
no. You got to pick me up at 6, bro. It's like, bro, hold on a minute. You're really putting me on like the edge of my like capability here. Like, and imagine if I turn around and but you got a Ferrari, bro. So what? Like, I don't think it matters what car Cal's driving or like, I'm trying to get him to do a journey in a stupid time.
All right, so he's
like 24-hour change around is dumb no matter how good your squad is, you lot.
Okay, no, that's not what I'm debating. So this is what I'm actually debating. Bro, when did Klopp get those fixtures? Did he get them in the post yesterday or did he know about from the start of the season? That is the equivalent of you going to, that's like, you know, that is right now. That's us knowing that we're going to an event in the summer. And then when it gets to 2 days before the event starts, you turn around and say, guys, I forgot I didn't get nothing to buy for the thing, you know. I'm like, bro, you've known about this for 6 months. When they get those fixtures, they see the schedule. They know what Christmas is every single year. So people that are saying, "Oh, like it's about the fixture."
Do they really though, Matt? Is it factual that the Christmas fixtures are actually out that much in advance?
Start of the season, and not only that,
Start the
Drift,
season.
and not only that, yeah. It's the start of the season, and every single year it's the same thing. There's always been this little part in the season where it's like there's one team gets 1 day off and another team gets 2 days off. Yeah, bruv, you can't just sit down and wait until the day's about to happen and then go, "Oh, bruv, this is like these fixtures are crazy, bruv. You've known about this for 6 months. You've known about the party."
No, I don't think you would.
Bro, they get the fixtures the same time as
us.
But
you don't get the date of the fixture until maybe only a couple of weeks before the game.
No, of course
bro,
not.
They are smart.
Give you a couple of weeks, bro.
They are smart, bro. Yeah, they are smart. They get a small. Obviously, they're smart. Yeah, in a sense of the window is very small, so it'll be like they know they're gonna play games on the 26th, and it's gonna say or the 27th or the 28th. But they get told this way in advance before we do.
Okay, so why are Chelsea and Man City getting an extra day off then?
Because that's how it works. Because they can't do it equally.
Of course they can do it equally.
So they never have. Right. If they can, but they've never done it though.
But here's the thing, yeah, Drift.
You know what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying in terms of like the games aren't like the scheduling's messed up. They are. We all know this. But the Prem or the teams aren't doing anything about it. So let's not beat around the bush as well. We get a bag of money for playing these games, you know. Like the clubs get a bag of money for playing these games. I don't see the clubs going, "Nah, stop these games and take the money back. We would rather have the rest." So we can't have it both ways. You either want the money or you want the rest. It's one or the other. You can't have it both ways. You can't have your cake and eat it. And again, I think there should be a winter break. But let's not act as though we're just sitting there saying, "Oh, just cancel the games." And no, like we've known, like this has been tradition in England for how many years? And again, I'm not saying tradition should be broken. This should be like we have to change this. Like in this country, it should not be a Christmas period where you play 100 games over the Christmas period just to give the people at the top a little bit of pleasure. But we know what the situation is. You prepare for the situation, bro. How many things in life do we have to deal with that we don't like, bro? But we have to prepare for these situations we don't like.
I still think you lot are slightly missing the point that they should still make all the teams play on the 29th and give an extra day's rest. It doesn't make sense that there's teams who have to play today and other teams get a break. That to me, that is literally only the TV companies wanting to be able to televise other games. So that hasn't got anything to do with anything other. Read from the top. That's all that is. So the players are dragged through the mud.
But they're still moaning. There still would be moaning, bro. We moan when we have a Wednesday game and then a Saturday afternoon game. Like it is like all teams are going to want things to be.
Yeah, but there's a big difference between that and literally 24 hours. Do you get what I mean?
No. But I'm saying, Drift. No matter what the situation is, we're going to want the best for our clubs, innit? Like we are going to be biased. We're going to want the best for our clubs, just like everyone else is. So the Premier League have to come to some sort of a fair assessment of it. It's not like they just look at it and think, "All right, what we're going to do, we're going to give Liverpool only 24 hours rest and we're going to give City an extra day." It don't work like that. They will have to do some sort of a generator where...
I wouldn't be surprised if it did. But of course, the point I'm making is we are the ones who have to play 24 hours after. Thankfully, we didn't have the game, so it hasn't ended up like that. But when we thought we were going to be playing Leeds, it was a situation where, like, hold on a minute. You want us to get from here to here? This time, are we even allowed to go home, big man? Like, this turnover is so quickly. Are we even allowed to go home? We saying we got to pack up after the Leeds game and go straight and get ready for the Leicester game. Like, for me, it's just stupidity. And I know what you lot mean about the squad, but this ain't a squad issue. This is a time issue. This is a just common sense issue. This is like, I can't, like, it's stupid. It's foolish.
Right, let me ask you a question, yeah? If we had another right back as good as Costas, if we had another DM who could take over Fabinho's position, and let's say we had another wide forward, do you think Klopp would be moaning?
Yeah, because Klopp's physically still got to get up and travel, not see his family, not even be able to touch the pillow, and then got to get back up again because you got to make the journey again. Bro, this is about more than the squad, bro. It's about more than the squad, bro. I'm telling you.
I think it's a bit of both.
I think it's more than the squad, man. I do. I genuinely do. Imagine being a season ticket holder and you're like, hold on, am I up and out the house again? Like,
hold on, with the Club World Cup, didn't we play those? What was the turnover between those two games?
It
I
was.
think it
Remember,
was only 2 days. Yeah.
we got shafted that season. Remember, because we had to basically go.
No, but
we
I'm
either
saying
play
the actual.
one.
I'm saying the actual games itself. I know. Obviously, we got shafted out of the League Cup, but in terms of the World Club Cup, what is the difference? How long is the?
I think that was a 2-day gap or 3-day gap between them two games.
I can't remember, bro. Jenny can't remember.
But again, that was bad planning on their part for that to be the situation.
But no one moaned about that.
No, I think we did because we remember the League Cup game we got messed around with. Then we had to come back and play Leicester 2 days after just getting
I'm talking about why we're actually there. How many days was it between the semi-final of the Club World Championship and the Club World Cup final?
I don't actually remember.
Because I know the final might have been like on a Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm pretty sure it wasn't like...
But that was bad scheduling again, Kev. It was like, you know what I mean?
That's my point. No one moaned because it was a chance to win a cup, innit? So we can't, again,
I'm sure people did moan. I'm sure they
moaned, bro.
I mean, that was 2 years ago. I don't remember.
But look, it is what it is, isn't it? Like, we're here now, so we got to deal with the situation. But, all right, given that we just spoke about squad and the fact that we are in a healthy situation, who do you guys see as the starting 11 tomorrow?
Allison, obviously Simicast has to play. VVD. I'm gonna go VVD, Ibu, Trent, and then this is what I want to see, by the way. Kind of mixed in with what Klopp would do. In midfield, I want to see it. Just expose it to me right now. Fabinho, Thiago, and Naby. I need to see it. I can't wait any longer. And then the front three of Jota, Salah, and Mane. That's kind of the lineup I want to see. If everyone's fit, like, obviously, yeah.
So that's what I was going to ask you. Do you think there's a chance that we put the players who have had COVID straight back in the team? Because obviously COVID affects everyone differently, and we're still finding out how it affects people. Do you think it's a risk putting them in, or considering they might not have even been training that long as well?
Yeah, it's risky. No, it is. It's just what I want to see. If we're being realistic, Henderson didn't have it. I don't think he was just ill, right? He didn't have it. So I'm gonna base it on. I think Flacco might start. I just think some players won't play 90 minutes, and I don't expect them to. So I think Flacco, Henderson, and Milner might start. Is Milner's fit in it?
Milner's fit,
right, yeah. I think it'll probably be something like that to start the game. You know, I'm a bit solid, like, you know what I mean. So Henderson obviously should be back to full fitness. Same with Milner. The only person coming back from the virus is Flacco. So there's only one person that he might be slightly worried about in midfield. The front three were all perfectly fine, they're all healthy and everything. And then in defense, it was obviously out of the ones I mentioned, it just would have been Verge. So unless he goes, oh, you know what, maybe not start him, and he goes Matip and Ibu, because I don't think he will start Gomez due to how Gomez kind of performed in the last game. Maybe he might feel like he's not there yet, even though he's one of them ones with Joe. It's like you have to play him to get him up to speed. I just think Joe's behind speed. I don't think there's anything wrong with him. Just behind. But yeah, I think that's how it might happen.
What do you reckon, Drift?
Well, back to front or just that midfield situation?
No. Back to front.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Naby. Yeah, Naby have a Milner. Yeah, Naby. Sorry.
Ali.
Fully a COVID from it.
I go Ali, Van Dijk and Matip. Obviously, Simeo and Trent. And then I would go. Did Flacco have symptoms or just test for it?
I think he's been fine, apparently, from what I've seen in the comments.
Okay.
I forgot Naby was fit. People, I thought he had the thing in it.
No, Naby.
I'd go Flacco.
Starts, fam.
I'm gonna be a madman, you know. I'd go Flacco, Naby, and Ox, and then I would go the Jota, Mane, and Mo, and have Firmino to come off the bench if we need to change anything, and get Thiago at the ready if my all-action midfield isn't working. And to justify why I do that, I think both Ox and Naby, form-wise, are the best midfielders in our team at the moment. They're not the best for skills and all that other stuff or combinations or any of that. But I just think form-wise, they're actually the two that are playing the best at the moment based on the last 2 or 3 games. So I kind of like the idea of Flacco holding it down at the back and them two like taking it to Leicester, because it looks like the way you beat Leicester is you take it to them. Don't beat about the bush, just go directly at them, and they don't seem to be able to handle it.
All right, so I think Jamrock made a good point in the comments, was saying, what about Kelleher? I'll be honest, I would be inclined to play Kelleher in this game. I know it won't happen. I would actually give Kelleher a game because...
Can I ask why?
Because I don't see him as being a liability. And I think if we have Alisson, who gets a little bit of a rest ready for the Chelsea game, I think it could actually help us.
Can I ask you if you remember what happened in open play against Leicester? Forget the shootout with the heroics of the shootout.
Well, we conceded 3 goals, but from what
and
I
he
remember,
was at fault for 2 of them. Or he should have done a lot better with 2 of them.
No.
Matt, you weren't there when we were talking about this, Matt. Let's be real.
Goal.
The first goal and the third goal were terrible goalkeeping, innit?
Maddison's one he should have said, bruv, it literally was just over his head. He was straight at him, bro.
Madison's one he should have done better with. I agree.
Because he was off his line a bit too much.
And the Vardy shot, like that should have never gone in.
All right, the Vardy shot is really that's a tough one. You know why? Because we always say like, if you get your hand to it, you kind of feel like if you can get your hand to it, you got to save it. But it's not always the case though, because I've seen Ali do the same thing. That one I'm 50-50. I could, but the first one you can't get beat by there, fam. You can't. Yeah. You're standing in the middle of the goal. You can see, and the thing is, he can see. It's not like it went through a bunch of players, you know. Man's watching it and thought, "Oh no, I'm off my line," and then and it was over, fam.
He had a nightmare that game, and then he redeemed himself.
Because you know, if Part Life lets that in, we riot in it. We have to be real. We riot.
But that's because he's got previous though, in it. Like if
I
go and rob
riot,
Tesco and it's my first time, the police might let me off a slap on the wrist, brother. If I've been out here shoplifting in Lidl, Sainsbury's,
no, but Cal, we gotta be real. It isn't actually Kelleher. Bro, this isn't Kelleher's first time. He's got mad prize, but we allowed it.
He hasn't got mad prize, bro.
No, he has got mad prize, but we allowed it because his form got so great.
No, his form's got no. Before
he hasn't got mad prize.
No, Cal, he's got mad prize. But at one point, I thought Kelleher was so bad, I didn't even want him anywhere near the team, bro.
He has got prize.
But that was based off one game. He hasn't got mad prize.
No, it was a couple, Cal. It was a couple. We gotta be real. It was a couple.
Shaky ones, Cal.
Back in the day,
he only played that one game, but then he was.
I think it was.
No, it was more than that, Cal. He did not look good enough, bro. He did not. And then he turned around and he surprised us, remember?
Yeah, remember? It might have been in a cup competition where he was looking mad hella shaky.
I think you lot are being really
I'm slightly back on the I hope I'm right that I changed my mind about Kelleher train. I'm not fully on the he's good enough. Like I'm still a little bit. I'd love to. I think I'd love him.
He's
loan
good
him
now.
out.
I'm comfortable.
Give him a year of actually playing week in, week out, and I think we should bring in another goalkeeper.
Fair enough. That's a discussion for another show. But obviously, Ali will start in goal. Trent at right back. I would go Virgil and do I go Matip or Ibu?
That sounded like it was going to be Matt because you went,
Yeah, but I'm just thinking about the Chelsea game as well.
That's true. When's Chelsea?
Chelsea's...
Is it Saturday?
Sunday.
That's not too bad then. Play Tuesday, then play again Sunday. That's not...
we get a little bit of a rest for the next game, yeah.
Yeah, that's not too
I'm going to go Matip.
Joel.
And then I'm going to go, obviously, Costas left back.
Yeah.
I'll go Fabinho.
Say the name.
I'm going Ox. And I'm going Hendo. And then I'm going up top. I'm going Jota left, Bobby middle, Salah right.
Say that again. You're playing who? At front,
Bobby
sorry?
Bobby through the middle, Jota on the left, and Salah on the right.
Okay, so you rested Mane. Okay.
And then bringing Mane on.
And then
want him
what's
still
and
to
then
get games.
and then at least he's kind of fresh for Chelsea, even more fresher for Chelsea, I suppose.
Yeah, because again, he's going AFCON, so is Salah. I just think Salah's undroppable at the moment, and there's actually no one to rotate with Salah either.
Can I say something?
I know people are going to say just run Mane and Salah and cater into the ground until AFCON. It ain't going to work because all that's going to happen is they're going to get run into the ground when they're at AFCON and they'll come back even more tired. So we've got to manage their minutes before they go because their minutes aren't going to be managing a cup competition.
Yeah, or they might pick up injuries because they're tired. One thing I will say though, Jota by trade in our minds is still a wide forward, yeah. But do you want to know something? You see, the more he plays down the centre, I was gonna say, I feel like his skill set is best used in the centre now. Like I'm not saying he can't play there because he can. He's like he's Jota, but I'm wondering if he's more effective for the middle, bro. Do you know that? I don't know. I was thinking about it again. Like he scored again the other day. He's just sick, bro. I don't know whether he's best as a striker or a winger, but there's part of me that feels like he's better as a striker. You know what it is? You see that chance he nearly scored with that bullet header where Naby smashed it and is going way wide and Jota turned it. Yeah. I don't see that from no one else who does score doing that other than Mane,
No, I agree.
And it has to be like Mane that's on it. No one else is doing that stuff.
He's the only one capable, in my opinion, of rotating with Mane, though.
That's true. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, yeah. But I'm just saying, I just think he's now better. He's converting himself into a striker, bro. Like, I'm not saying change your lineup. I'm just having a general conversation.
No, I agree.
We were talking about it, innit? We were saying, I was saying to you before, like, bro, he's so good, bro. Like, it's mad.
So yeah,
there's a little something that I just want to address because Jammer brought it up and a couple of people tried to add to it. I agree that you have to use the whole if you don't play, you don't have rhythm. 100%. I'm an advocate for that. So people are saying apply that same thing to Kelleher. I get that. I understand that, and it's a valid point. But I will say this to counter that. There's one position on the pitch where you're not allowed to have the same rules for others based on the importance of the position, and it's goalkeeper. And therefore, you have to kind of have a backup goalie that is always going to be in that type of Daniel Sturridge mode of he never really needed time. It didn't matter how long he'd been out or whatever. If you played him, usually he banged and he kind of was up to speed already. You need a goalkeeping version of that because a goalkeeper don't have room for bad games and picking up form because he's going to be out the team, in the team, out the team, in the team. That's his job. And when he plays, he's the last line of defense. Like you can't just keep going, well, you know what? He hasn't played for a while. Yeah, in the human form, great excuse. It's actually valid. But in the football world, last line of defense. If we'd have went out that cup, it wouldn't have been, well, you got to blind him because he doesn't play. It's, man, when you're called upon, you got to, like, that's just the nature of being a backup goalkeeper, isn't it? It's a unique position. So you can't apply the same logic, even though it does make sense to kind of do it on a human level. So there you go.
Fair dude. He's going to get through some more super chats. We hand over to Matt. Jeannie says, how worried are you about this Leicester game scale of 1 to 10? You'd think they will eventually get tired of getting embarrassed. A 4 for me.
I understand the logic Jeannie Houdini's saying as well, because you're thinking eventually something's got to give in it. They can't just keep losing every game. So I hear that as well.
Ronaldinho Goat says City don't take risks like Adrian, Nico, and Kelleher. Yeah, I mean, yeah, agreed. The less said about that, the better. Flintoff says, just join. Hope you guys are good. Congrats to the champ Drifty on yesterday's performance. Sorry, Cal, but you really bottled it. Easy 3-0 tomorrow.
I was never even in the title race at all.
Big up yourself, Flint. Love, man.
I'm going to leave that. I'm not going to respond to that Flintoff still because I love you, bro.
I wasn't even in the race.
Crypto Nation says, underestimating how much time there is in 24 hours. You need rest, sleep, recover, next day, go again and travel. If it was 2 days, in my opinion, I would be all right. Again, agreed.
Yeah,
That's
One
what I
day
was
team
trying to
is
say.
mad.
Crypto's hit the nail on the head, man. 24 hours ain't long enough, no matter how good your squad is.
No, you're right. No, you're right.
Yeah.
What you're saying is true. What me and Kyle are saying though is that Klopp's
We
known
can't
about
win.
this. So even
Yeah.
though, unless it changes you, as you said, you just got to get on with it, bro. Like it's there, innit? It's one of them ones. It's there.
LFT Sports TV says, "Happy Christmas, Kopish. Starting back my football channel. So I hope you all as guests keep up the work. Love your channel. Big up to yourself. Send us a link.
up,
DM us your link, and we'll
Yeah.
tweet and retweet and all that as well. Big up yourself, bro."
Yeah, big up, man.
Cat Sunday says, "Afternoon, lads. Lovely video as always. Thanks for the Christmas vid. Drift, you had me in stitches. Cal, it's a disgrace. Matt, are you a Karate Kid fan?"
Come on now. You're the best around. Hey, come on, man. Legendary. Are you mad? I'm even watching the spin-off on Netflix. I'm up to date. Cobra Kai. Crazy.
There was so much behind the scenes stuff that didn't come out of Matt.
Hey.
Just had me in stitches with that. You're the best thing. Man was saying it like every 5 minutes. You know the bit that got me in the watch back though? It was the bit where Matt went, "Something ain't right here."
I'm not gonna lie. Watching that back was hilarious.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, fam. I need to go do some training.
Oh man, that got me. That had me big time.
But I would say I got shot of the day. I would say.
Yeah, 100%.
But even so, I wasn't consistent enough. Like, man, it's right at the beginning. Yeah, I was moving slack, and I just see you, man, just getting a 3, and I'm getting like a 5, and I'm playing catch up, and I'm thinking, and then you see when I was doing You're the Best, it was supposed to put Drift off, yeah, which it did at first, but then man just started taking it as energy. So I'm actually helping him every time I'm singing it.
Yeah, you also helped when you started hitting my ball like it was.
Oh, bro, don't even start. Oh, sour grapes.
No, he's great, bro. He's calm, though. He's calm.
He's doing the clock. He's doing the clock, people. He's doing the Jurgen.
It's a disgrace. Genie
that
Houdini
was
says, "Is Trent's greatest play in a Liverpool shirt his corner taken quickly moment?" For me, it's his Leicester goal.
No, I think it's the corner taken quickly.
I think it is his greatest. Yeah, it's got to be.
I think the uniqueness of it, like we've never seen it before in the history of football.
Like, bro, the man is like he's like not even involved, walking away. They couldn't even. Bro,
Trent has a moment that's never existed. Like we can go through things and we can go, left foot volley, bicycle kick, in off the crossbar, all these things, and then you can go and find another example of another player doing it.
Yeah.
But as far as I know, there is no professional example of somebody doing what Trent did, where they dummy a corner and we score a goal from it. Like that was magical, man.
Imagine it, bro.
Football Sunday says Kelleher is only rated high because Adrian was bad. I think there's a lot of harsh criticisms for Kelleher. I'm not gonna lie.
Kelleher.
That might be a bit too harsh still, but I get the logic behind it.
If you look at all the games he's played for Liverpool, maybe 2 of them he's had bad games.
No, more than that, but he did exceptionally well last season when we had that Adrian the Alisson injury.
Go back and check the tapes. No,
Cal, I reckon he had about 3 or 4 poor games before the season before last season. He had about 3 or 4 poor games where we were like, he's clearly not good enough. And then he stepped up when he had to. And he did well. But he used to play in every League Cup game, Cal.
No, he didn't, bro.
He did, bro.
No, he played in the league. I think he played in the League One. That's what I was saying to you before, Cal. In the league.
How many League Cup games did he play?
About
3, 4,
maybe
like
3.
He played quite a lot, bro.
We'll check the receipts on that.
Yeah.
You guys are aware that Zach Stefan is City's backup.
Yeah, I know. But
Basic goalkeeper.
He's basic, but they get away with it though, innit? Because they just keep the ball, man. You don't even see what he's made of. To be fair,
I don't know anything about him to know whether he's good or bad. So
I just know that his name's Zach Stefan, and I've seen him a few times, and he's very average.
Zach Stefan or Zach Efron?
For real, yeah, Zach Efron. You know.
All right, go on then, Matt. We'll hand over you for the tactics, my bro.
Indeed. Right, let me just get this ready now.
Go on, Matt. You're the best.
I am, I'm the best around. Right, let's make this full screen. Here we go. Right, I know. Let me zoom in a little bit actually. See if I can zoom in a bit more. So I can get to that bit there. Is that big enough for you guys? Yeah, is that clear enough?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so Leicester now. Obviously, losing to Man City, they got thumped. What was it? 6-3 in the end, I think it was. Was it 6-3?
Yeah.
They played the 4-4.
After a valiant comeback, though.
They did. They played. To be fair, Leicester done as good as they could have in the first part of the second half when I was able to obviously get some goals back, but obviously City being too strong. The hard part about the game tomorrow is I don't know what formation and what players are going to play for Leicester, because I find it very hard that they're going to play the exact same team that played the other day. They did, however, sort of replicate a 4-4-1-1/4-2-3-1, which I do think they will go with again, because obviously with the injuries they have at centre back, they can only really afford to play the two centre backs. However, so you say Daka's missing, in it, Cal, innit?
I believe so, yeah.
So that, and is Vardy, I think Vardy's fit, I believe. I think Vardy's
sure.
fit. I'm not. I'll double check that anyway.
It might be Iheanacho. I don't think they'll play Vardy from the beginning.
Yeah, you're probably right, Iheanacho. But I do think Maddison here will be the key for them. How we beat Leicester, as Drift was kind of saying earlier on before, we just got to be mad aggressive. Jota has to occupy the defenders, create space, even drop deep and do the whole false 19. Mohamed Salah, you know what time it is. He might be up against Ryan Bertrand, or it might be Thomas. I can't remember who's going to play for them. Sadio Mane, go inside the pocket. One thing I'm noticing more about Sadio, though, which is kind of not weird, but would you guys agree that Sadio is doing more byline stuff rather than doing a Salah? Because I've noticed a slight difference in Mane this season. I think you pointed it out, Cal. You think so?
I think Salah's hugging the touchline a bit more. Mane's coming in field a bit more and getting more involved in place in the central areas.
See, I see it differently. I've seen it as Salah will start here, but I know he's going to eventually come inside, whether it's like he does this or he does, you know what I mean? I don't really, it's very rarely see Salah kind of do this, hold touchline, maybe put a ball in or something like that. He don't really do that. For me, from what I've seen, I see Mane try and beat his man and go around the outside a bit more and maybe put a cross in. And if he doesn't, as you say, what you're talking about, Cal, is, I believe, say if he does cut inside here, you know you've got Simi to give him that overlap.
Yeah.
Naby Keita is going to be a constant threat for them. Jordan Henderson with the energy. We're going to defend in the usual back three as we always do. TAA. I'm going to do this because I know TAA. As you guys said, TAA, you never really see go byline. He's not like that. You can literally, from here, put the perfect ball onto Jota's head top or to whoever's running in. It could be Mane. Mane's there. Do you know what I'm saying?
You could set up a mop if you wanted to, bro.
Yeah, you could, bro. But we have to be careful, though, because as much as I do believe with the whole attacking thing, you see defensively, you see James Maddison, the way how he was finding space. And we obviously play with the high line as well. So let's just say, I don't know. You're going to find, in my opinion, whoever that striker is, probably Nacho, try and run off Virgil, or if that's Matip or Ibu. Maddison's the key for me to stop in whoever this striker is. Because as good as their strikers are, I kind of feel like their strikers need to be, the ball needs to be played into space to get the best out of them. Would you guys agree with that?
Yeah.
They're all kind of similar, so to speak.
I mean, Iheanacho less so than Daka and Vardy.
More tech. Yeah, a little bit more tech.
He can play with the ball at his feet. He can beat a man if he needs to. He's also quite creative as well, considering he's a striker. He's set up for Lukeman. I think he's pretty underrated. Has a really good pass with the weight on it and everything. But
yeah,
I think to get the best out of them, a bit of space to operate.
I hear you. So when it comes to the defending thing, obviously, I know we probably be a bit deeper. Let me just move the place back, but we've got to be kind of compact. I know we're not exactly gonna. We'll be probably slightly further back, maybe about here. I'll say around here, but the high line is going to be present. For me, I don't know if you guys agree with this. The key is this man right here, bro. If Flacco can shut down Maddison, I genuinely feel like Leicester will not have a lot of answers that they can, or a lot of problems they can cause us. Because I feel like everything goes for him at the moment. Him being the player in form. Don't get me wrong. You've got your Lookman, who can be tricky on his day, but I believe that Trent can, do you know what I mean, do the business. Whoever plays on this side, whoever it is, I think Simicast deals with them. And I know they've got two normal, like, powerful midfielders. If they play Ndidi and what's his name, the one they bought this season, Samari. If Samari plays, I'm confident enough in Henderson and Naby to shut them down, or whether it's Ox, whoever. But I think the key to this game here is Flacco. If Flacco shuts down James Maddison, I think we actually win the game, because I know Virgil and Matip, or Virgil and Ibu, can shut down whoever striker plays. I don't know whether you guys want to add anything.
I'm pretty much in agreement with that, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, Maddison, as you said, he's the one that you do have to keep an eye on. He's back in form. He's back to being the guy that I said I think is just as good as Jack Grealish. He's been in the wilderness for a little while in terms of his form and stuff, but he's picking it back up again, proving he's a top quality player. He was always going to find form again. He was too good not to.
Yeah.
He just doesn't quite have the team finding form around him at the same time. So it's kind of falling on deaf ears at the moment. Like, he's playing out of his skin and the team still ain't getting no results. So it's like the rest of the team kind of need to try and help him out a bit. So yeah, I agree. Like, their midfield.
Sorry to just cut you. I'll be honest, Drift. Like, you see Leicester, if they don't get their act together, they're losing Maddison in the summer.
Oh well, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I agree with that. He can't.
I wouldn't even be surprised if they got to worry about losing Tillmans as well, Cal.
Well, yeah, but he's gone anyway, I think, because he's not signing a new contract. His contract's running down.
Oh, is his contract running? Oh, jeez.
Do you know where I can see him going?
This summer he'll be into his last year of his contract.
Yeah.
Oh, bloody hell.
Do you know who I can see him being a good replacement for if he was to leave? You see Gundogan. I don't see him leaving City, but if he left City, I reckon he'll be a perfect replacement for Gundogan, because you see how
I reckon United will look at Tielemans.
They will, but do you want to know something? As great as he is, I think he's the wrong type of player that they need, though.
To replace Pogba,
they've got no engine, so to speak. Like they need a bit.
They need a DM.
So like,
but I reckon him replacing Pogba wouldn't be the worst thing, you know.
But then they also need that DM, because I feel like they need Ndidi as well, to be fair. I think if they was to get someone like Ndidi, like just to sweep up and then allow the others to kind of get on, they'll be all right. But just before we come off the tactical thing as well, another key person that I can't believe I didn't even mention, going to be very key, is Ali. We all know when we play this high line, Ali gets called into question because we know he's an offensive goalkeeper. We need him to make the right decision, you know, because you know what happened last time when the ball got played in. Ali runs out, my man, do you know what I mean? Runs past, Ali misses the ball, bang, goal. Like, it was so simple, and it was something that could have been, you know, eradicated, so to speak. It needs to be eradicated out of Alisson's game. But I think the way how we said it is that he's an offensive goalkeeper, and it's kind of a risk that we just have to take. But I think Alisson's, you know, composure and concentration is going to be key for this game as well. But yeah, we move.
Yeah, I can see Maddison going to Spurs, by the way.
We move.
Interesting.
They need their Eriksen replacement. Maddison would be perfect for that.
Could do. All right then, guys. Score predictions. What are we saying?
I think we're gonna time them up. I'm going 3-0 Liverpool.
Oh boy.
I'm going 3-1 Liverpool.
I'm going 1-0 Liverpool. No, they'll score 2-1.
Ronaldinho Goat says Mane scoring less because Jota takes similar positions. I don't think Mane's record this season in terms of goal scoring hasn't been bad.
Yeah, I saw somebody say he hasn't contributed to a goal in 6 games. Like, that's not true at all. But yeah,
it might be. I don't know if he has or not.
Even if somebody told me that some of his assists haven't officially been registered due to the way the rules are, or whatever, We saw it with our own eyes. Like, let's not be stupid. He literally directly crossed the ball for Jota's goal. Whether Jota scored the rebound after missing the initial chance or not, who created the chance? Like, let's not get all tactically, like, technically over the top, sir, with these things. But yeah, when Mane goes to the AFCON, no one should moan then, innit? Because apparently we don't need him. He's not scoring. He's not doing anything and all that stuff.
No, but
so.
I think this is what I was saying before in terms of he's taken up slightly different positions this season, especially when Jota is playing, because they'll just be running in each other's way. Remember, Bobby is that guy who just vacates space, and Jota ain't on that. Jota's on this, I'm getting in the 6-yard box, or I'm in the box. So if we did that, then we'd be oversaturating the box potentially, or they'll just be running each other's way. So I think it depends who Mane plays with on how he plays. But again, I think it shows his intelligence. To be honest.
His runs have been amazing this year.
Although
him and Salah's movement is getting better and better with every year. Forget about whether they score a goal or not. Their actual overall intelligence and their movement is getting better every single year. So you can tell that they're trying to evolve their game and change the way they play.
Jamrock says, Cal, I said Bobby wouldn't be being an effective 10 because I believe he isn't a threat to either shoot or score from outside the box, defend him or for pass. I disagree, Jamrock. I think if we look at Bobby before he switched directly to a false 9, he was shooting a lot from outside the box, especially in his first season in Liverpool. Did it a lot with Hoffenheim as well. He has the ability to shoot from outside the box. I just don't think we're set up to do that. Hence why I don't think we see many of our players shoot from outside the box. I think it's a tactics thing, in my opinion. Again, more than happy to be proven wrong, but I think it's a tactics thing because I think Pep Linders and Klopp more look at the percentages of scoring. The percentages of scoring a long range are much less than players who potentially get the ball, pass across the box, and there's 2 or 3 men in the box. Hence why I don't think you really see Salah shoot long range as opposed to the first season. Mane doesn't really shoot from long range as much. Kelleher does it now and again, but if you look at his Leipzig, that was his thing. Ox, that was his bread and butter. Doesn't really do it like that. Again,
you know what's mad? The midfielders shoot from distance, Cal, this season. I think Hendo,
they've been doing
Ox
it
and
more.
Naby have done
it
way more long
more.
shots than they used to.
They've done it way
it
more.
It more. But again, long shot for me is an edge of the box. Long shot is like 25, 30 yards. Really and truly, we don't have many players who do that.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, the way we play, there's no room to do that. I guess that's what the problem is as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
But our midfielders are scoring a lot more goals than they used to. It's quite cool to see it, to be honest.
No, it is.
It's refreshing. It's refreshing, 100%.
Okay, so you cleared up Jamrock. Not from outside the box, just 20 yards out. I don't know. You might have a point, to be honest, Jamrock. I just think he's the best suited for the number 10 position, and I think we'd get the best out of him potentially if we did play him as a 10 and we played a double pivot behind. I think now we have the players to play a double pivot behind him, and we have the players to play in front of him as well. So
it's the unpredictability, guys, that I love about midfielders taking shots. Because if you know your midfielder's not going to have a shot, it's easy to defend. But if you think, oh, hold on a minute, Naby might have a pop here, or oh shit, Hendo might have a pop here, you can't just do that whole, let's just give him time or whatever. And then if you go to close him down, a space opens up and you can just do a little slip pass, little boom, boom, boom. Do you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, things open up. So even though the percentages of scoring from outside the box are reduced in comparison with being closer, even though you're giving away the possession if you do miss the shot or whatever, those other things that really go into the whole statistics and the analysis of it all. Yeah, there's other elements of the game that open up when people take long range efforts. As I said, like when Steven Gerrard was bearing down on goal, nobody thought to themselves, let's let him have a shot. They thought, holy, we better get this guy before he packs one in the top corner.
Yeah, of course.
And then before you know it, he's not having a shot. He's just slipping a little side pass into Mo Salah, and Salah would have a shot of goal himself from a better angle. Like, those are the reasons why I like that our midfielders are starting to shoot. Do you know what I mean? And the long may it continue. And I'm actually hoping it's part of the game plan and it ain't just an accident. I'm hoping that we've evolved and it's like, do you know what, guys? If you have a couple shots, you start making people realize. And when there's a low block, a top corner bender from 20 yards is the best way to get around that block. Just
Yeah,
pat
great.
one in the top corner from 20 yards. You know what I mean? Like, ain't no one blocking that shit.
For real. Well, people, all that's left to do is leave your comments in the comment section about the scoreline, etc. Guys, as always, if you haven't liked the video, please do like the video. Smash the like button, please. Yep, Jones scored against Brentford. He didn't. So please do smash the like button. Subscribe if you're new to the channel as well. And make sure to check out the Christmas special if you missed it. Bloody good Christmas special, even if I'm being a little bit biased. But you will have a lot of laughs and jokes watching it. I didn't have as many laughs and jokes watching it back because it just brought back some horrible memories. But yeah, it is what it is. Congratulations to the winner. You know who you are. But yeah, we are going to be back later on this, well, in a couple of hours, guys, for the Monday Night Live show. We're going to be going slightly early at 6, so we don't clash with the United game. So make sure you check us out for that. Make sure you got your questions ready in the comments for that show as well. And until we see you a bit later, stay safe, stay blessed. We are Kopish and we are out, people. Take care.
Peace.